confidently, "Dad, I studied aquaculture in college, and I just wanted to come back to help you relieve stress." Tim scornfully said that they were unprofitable to raise fish, and that the fish smell was terrible. Alice could not convince her father, but could only prove it with practical actions. After arriving at the fish pond the next day, Alice heard strange sounds coming from the water plants next to her. She wondered if there were birds in the pond breaking in to steal the fish. Alice quietly approached the water plants and found that it was a gray duck. At that time it was struggling with its legs tangled in water plants. Seeing the funny look of the little duck, Alice laughed. Then she gently pressed the little duck and pulled the aquatic plants off its legs. Look at the little duck, who just got out of trouble. She scoffed that it was all in trouble because it was running around, and that if no one found it, it would die. Alice thought that it would be inappropriate to put that duck in her pond, where the fish might be eaten by it. So she took it back, and wanted to keep it as a pet. When they got home, Tim was even more annoyed when he saw his daughter came back with a little grey duck and kept it as a pet. He glared at Alice and entered the house. Alice's mother stepped forward to comfort her and said that her father was still angry and hoped that she would not care, and she would always support her. Facing her mother's understanding and support, Alice smiled happily, and then Alice handed the little duck in her arms to her mother and said that she found it in the pond. She felt that it was too small to survive, so brought it back. They found some chopped vegetable leaves at home and placed them in front of the little duck. Seeing the little duck eating happily, they looked at each other happily and smiled. Looking at the cute little duck, Alice named it Lulu. After that, the little duck lived in Alice's house. After several days of investigation by Alice, she suggested to Tim that groupers could be added to the pond, and that they could be farmed with tilapia.